You are ready in your unreadiness. You will never fully feel ready. You will always have a feeling of, I need to do more. I could still work on my business. I think I need to do it when I'm done, ready, whatever, right? Because there will always be I could work on this more. I could use another certification. Maybe I should book this course. Maybe I should do this. This is where most of us get lost. And I have been there too. I have continued to seek out information and validation, to be honest, validation and another modality and another course and another course. Oh my God, when I think back, it just comes back to mind how much money I have spent and invested into programs that I actually really didn't need anymore. Like, I am 100% for investing in support and mentorship, but at the same time, I know that we live in a time where we can overdo it, especially if you have the resources to do it again and again. You will get distracted on that path. And today, I just have that feeling. I think it's part of the Gemini new moon or whatever the energies are bringing currently. But I really feel that I am at a point where I feel I know everything that has happened up until now has already been so much. I know that I have a lot of expertise, a lot of knowledge, and not a lot of modalities. I know that I can help people get to the next level with my work. I know that for sure, hands down, 100%. And I also know that I will definitely continue to evolve and to get better at a few things in my business and in my work, right? We speak about business, especially here. And I know that that's true for other business owners as well. Like, I know that there are a lot of amazing people struggling with the same thing right now. They have so much, so many tools, so much wisdom, so much knowledge, so many modalities, but they're also still asking themselves, is that enough? Am I ready to drop it? Am I ready to sell the course, or so on and so forth? You get the gist, right? But I just connect. This is currently my way to also to create content, is to really connect with my pain and to connect with not this deep level of pain. For me currently, that's not there, but really from a place of seeing myself, or seeing the vulnerable part, let's say it like that, seeing my vulnerable part, seeing the part in me that can be overactive, anxiety, self-doubt, which then produces the thought of, I'm not enough, because basically that's what it is, right? I'm not good enough yet. But I honestly, I don't feel like that anymore. I feel like now is the time to share from overflow, to share everything that I've learned. And for me personally, the greatest modality that I'm creating right now is my original method, which is creating your personal brand, who you are, then the context that we live in right now, the world that we live in, with everything. I don't want to go too deep into it right now. Then really who you are and everything you already bring to the table, your experiences, your life experiences, your degrees, your knowledge, your wisdom, your personal transformation from pain to finding a solution for something that has been horrible for you in your life, right? Whether it is mental, emotional, business wise, weight, personal style transformation, home transformation, it can be so many things. And I know that this is the time that we live in. We need the people that are willing to simply start showing up and then keep going, allowing yourself to pivot, or allowing yourself to, let's call it, evolve, right? Even the whole pivot thing, I could never really relate with that, because I I feel like I have been pivoting like from day to day or from week to week, but it doesn't always need a new rebrand, right? Sometimes maybe, but most of the time it's just an evolution of the same thing. And again, that's why I think like what I'm building currently, like the original method, is really a framework that allows you to give yourself space to evolve from the beginning, which in itself is a beautiful thing. If the framework already holds space for evolution, then you have something that you know for sure, that you know that is your foundation, that you know that this is definitely not going to change about me. And there are so many things and so many aspects about my work, about me, that are probably going to change. So I needed that. I'm creating what I needed. I'm creating what I actually also got. Like I work with a lot of amazing coaches and teachers. So I got those frameworks, but working on it for myself and simplifying it, really, really simplifying it, makes it even more tangible for me. And especially as a I don't know all of the words that we're supposed to use, but we need to use some words so you resonate, right? We're looking for the people that resonate with a few words, but I truly believe it is just the nature of being human, right? But I will call it multicultural because that's what I am: multicultural, multi talented, multi passionate, but also multi educated at this point already because I have been checking in with all of these different streams of consciousness, right? So if you are this multifaceted being just like me, I hope you feel that, right? Some people call it a neurodivergent. It's the same thing. Like you have so many ideas and so many things you want to do and so many distractions, which is also a sign of the time. That's why I'm not so big on calling those names, because I also do believe that yes, even though we have those brain conditions, we can always learn to work with them and to support us to stay somehow contained, a little contained. We need to stay a little contained. Okay. This is another thing I want to share. Talking about containment, that's one thing that I also heard this week, is that if you are someone who calls themselves multifaceted, multi-passionate, all of those things, it can also be rooted in an aversion, in a fear of wanting and being able to actually commit. That's the word. I'm not going to use niche down, but commit to something. And I can definitely attest that this fear has definitely been a part of what has been going on in my life. I was afraid to commit to a, let's call it, career path or a modality or a business or topics. I have been afraid of that. But now, where I have created my personal brand and the different content pillars. I personally call it the STAR method. So the 5 pointed stars, so we can focus on five content topic pillars, right? I think probably there are more for me and you, but let's focus a little bit, okay? But now I already gave myself the permission to say, okay, it's like five areas and five topics where I actually consider myself an expert, or at least deep in the material. I give myself the permission to go into all of them. Oh, I think, sorry again, also for the microphone. I was looking for the little thing you put on, like that um, helps you prevent the too much pressure on the microphone, but I couldn't find it. And that's the cutest thing about those little microphones, right? With the little fluffy thing here, but I couldn't find it. I had two, but I lost both. And that's not very typical for me that I'm losing things. But yeah, it is what it is. A little side note. And I also want to just share that, coming back to the topic, giving ourselves this framework, five topics that you want to talk about, that you are passionate about, that you have some level of expertise in, and then also bring other topics that you're passionate about into the mix. That's enough. and then giving yourself the room, just the mental room that you're going to evolve, and that's fine. And and more than anything, it is important that you finalize this one thing. In my case, it is now creating the original method, my signature program that I will be continuing to sell, right? I will be continuing to sell, and the same thing is true for you. That, again, to round this off, that's the topic of the day. You will forever evolve. You will forever learn more. You will forever be curious about many things. And at the same time, I do believe, like, if you are in your 20s to 40s, you have probably a few topics that have already crystallized into something that you know that is a forever topic. For me, to give you an example, just to speak it out loud, for me, as I'm creating this framework right now and really looking back onto my life, I have always had these topics. Literally, for me, it is spirituality, like identity, spirituality, meaning a connection to a higher power, to God, to the ancestors, to your higher self, whatever you want to call it, to your angels, whatever, the etheric world, right? The invisible world that gives you faith, that gives you hope, that gives you the power to believe in something that is yet unseen. I've always had that. It is the root, or it is the core of my work. Even though I am a business entrepreneurship person as well, this is a big, big part of who I am. And it has always been, always, like religion or spirituality and being a seeker is the red thread of my life, number one. Then it is about health, right? I've always danced, like, since I was young, and I've always been active. Let's say that, like, I've been an acrobat, I danced, I was in the circus, I played theater, and just moving the body and wanting to feel good in the body is a big, big part of who I am. So it is also not only a source or a tool of expression, the body, but it's also where all of the emotions are. And that is probably even more true for me, that I have learned, I have identified in the past years, that I really have to focus on working with my body as a highly emotional woman, right? And this is also what the internet and many business people are speaking about, the nervous system regulation. And this is working with the body because trauma sits in the body. Your ancestral patterns is in the body, it's in the DNA, right? So I'm all about movement, circulation, moving the stress out, moving the also the sluggishness and the tiredness or whatever is blocking you from doing the things that you want to do. Everything sits in the body. So of course, the body is a big part of my work. The nervous system recalibration, the purging, the liberating the voice. This is also a big part of what I'm teaching. It's about women finding their voice, right? It's about you speaking up. It's becoming visible, becoming seen as the person that you truly are. So, body, right? Then mind, spirituality, body, mind. When I speak about mind, I speak about the water that we swim in, because the water that we swim in is ultimately what also forms our mind. No one is an island. We were all born into this field, the water that we swim in. And the water that we swim in is made up of capitalistic, patriarchal, racist indoctrines that have crystallized into the world that we live in. That is literally it. I love the way I said it. These thoughts, these lies, these narratives, these paradigms, which were invented by the white men class, which is literally a spell that has crystallized into solid form, that is the water that we swim in. So I believe, especially as women of the global majority, we have to understand that we cannot just manifest without understanding the world that we live in. So we have to understand the world that we live in, the things that have been in place for centuries, and then we can understand ourselves in the matrix, ourselves in the context of that. All right. So that is what I speak about mind, because all of that, like the bigger systems, they trickle down into what we then call limiting beliefs, self doubt, all of that, because it isn't in doctrine, right? It's not separated. It's not just you. And this is what gives me the confidence to speak, because I know that we are all in this together, right? That's the biggest lie. And this is, I'm so happy that this is what I've discovered along my journey, connecting to other people deeply in my work as a coach, but also connecting to other facilitators, coaches, healers, creatives, entrepreneurs, right? We all have those doubts and worries and feeling of lack and all of that, because the world told us that it's not a single disease. It's not just you. So that's when I speak about mind. It is about creativity. It's about speaking. It's about dancing. It's this is where I feel it's more of the expressing part, right? One part is the medicine for you to come up, but it's also about the bringing it out to the world. Alchemy. It is all about bringing out what is inside of you. But this is what we need today. This is business. This is art. This is creation. This is transformation. This is alchemy. Taking your pain. Again, everything that I'm saying, as you see, it's all connected. So, taking what it is that you carry, your pain, your hurt, whatever it is, right? You're not alone with that. And for you to bring it out of your body in form of speaking, creating a YouTube video, creating a song, right? Or creating a book, writing something, creating art, physical, whatever, a business, whatever. But that is how you create something new. This is how you transform, right? How you transform whatever it is that you're carrying inside, and then transforming it into something that other people can witness and partake in, and also be touched by, and also be transformed by. That is the whole point. It's about sharing your creation with the world so other people feel seen, heard, recognized, and especially you feel seen, heard, and recognized. An act of transformation is also an act of liberation. I know now I'm getting all geeked up, but that's it. That's me, and that's what I'm all about. And then it is about the business part of this, right? As you see, it is all connected, right? Spirituality, then the emotional body, then the emotions, the mind, then liberating your voice, speaking, creating, acting, moving, and then connecting with other people, and then making this your business, right? Everything that I'm doing here is my heartfelt desire to share and to uplift and to resource you, to tell you you can do whatever it is that you want to do. And if you come into my world, if you come into my program, I can show you more exact how we can pull everything you need to be clear about out of you. And I will give you all the tools that you need or that you can use in order to build what it is that you truly desire to build. It is my love. It is my purpose. It is connected to me, my soul's blueprint, my astrological chart, right? My life story. Everything up until now has crystallized me to be this person, to be the instrument, right, of the divine, to come and transmit my frequency, my message to everyone who resonates, you, and then to sell, because this is also what I teach in my framework. Everything I do, I teach, is that business is the medicine, right? I know that so many people have a wrong idea about business, about money, about transaction. And I'm here to clear that up, especially for women of the global majority, right? We have to be about our business because our business is our gift. And we are here to be replenished for giving our gift because it's work to excavate, to crystallize, to unearth this gift and to become everybody everything that you are, right? That's everything that I teach. But your business is your art, your contribution, and also your community service, right? Whatever you give, it is what someone else needs, and then they come in and they pay you for what you have prepared, for your medicine, for your service, for your product, right? That is transforming the world. Giving your gift, letting someone else receive it, they become transformed and they become an activated agent in creating a better world. That's literally what it's all about. That's what it's all about, right? So were my content pillars, and maybe something similar is yours. Maybe you have a deeper expertise in something else, right? Whatever it is for you, I just wanted to give you an example of how I gave myself the permission of bringing everything that I am, that personally affected me in my life, that I went on a journey. And I always like to say I invested over 100,000 euros into learning with teachers, learning all these modalities to now bring it to you, right? Giving myself the freedom to not only speak about one thing, but to speak about a multiplicity, all of the things that I truly am passionate about because they concerned me. And I believe that they concern many other women. And yeah, it's good. And we have to just do it. Get out there. I'm building this and I'm inviting you. There's a waiting list. The link is in the description down below. You can get on the wait list. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. And yeah, what else? We are all in this together. And again, the topic, just to close it off and to round it off, the topic today for me is that you are ready right now. You are ready in you being right where you are right now, right? There will always be more. Always. You will never be done learning. But I want you to trust yourself right now and to give yourself the permission to do this one thing. If it is creating your soul aligned personal brand with me, you're more than invited. And it is time for you to finish something. Finish it and then get out there and then share it with the world. Sell, 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 sell. Share it with people. Go out there, do it, and then give it the give it the possibility to live in the world and to get refined and to get your feedback so it can become better. And this is then the time where you can continue to work on it, right? Not endlessly sit in your room and work on something or work on yourself or hide, right? Hide and say you're not ready to become visible or you're not ready to become heard and seen because you're not ready. No, there is no ready. Okay. I think you got the message. Okay. So there is no ready. I am doing this alongside you. We are here. You're good enough. I'm good enough. And we are going to continue on the journey that is living. Living as we are evolving. Oof, that's what it is. Living as we are evolving. There is no better time than now. Oh my God, that's so cliche, but it's so true. And we have to continue to remind ourselves of that. It is now the time. It is now the time to get visible, to step on social media, to claim your digital real estate, to claim your platform, and to live there and to build there because building is an act of continuation. It doesn't happen in a day. So I invite you to start now. All right? Okay. So That's it for today. Again, if you feel called to build your personal brand, I am offering this. I'm offering this in a beta version because I'm still refining it, because that's exactly what I'm doing. I am inviting people into it, doing it, and then I want to collect all of your feedback and to hear what you need more of or less of, or then it can be refined, and then I will put it out with the right price. So that's it for today. I could go on and on because this topic is really something that I know that so many people are suffering from. So you are perfect. You are already good. You are good. Giving yourself the time and the space to let your mission and your business evolve. All right. All right. So you are a force of nature, and I'm looking forward to see you act like it.